Now we're recording. I just experienced something really cool just now. We are ready for transmission, is what they said. We are ready for transmission. And I was like, I didn't get it. I was like, okay, we're ready for transmission. Okay. And then I was like, recording. Yes, okay. It's so funny sometimes, right? Because unless you make the connections, you're not gonna get it. You have to make the connections, like that's your job. I mean, we nudge, but you have to make the connection. It's so funny. We feel so good right now. We feel like we have been reconnected. And that is something that we have undergone the last few days now. A big purging. The last... but extensively, like more than normal, like pushing out of old energies. And so we feel that we are being prepared to take off. And so that's what we are banking on, in connection with this natural flow in the holistic perspective. That is what we have worked on now for this entire year, to both anchor this information, this ascension program, and also to calibrate our system to it. Because we had it here in the comprehension part, in the upper part, upper 3, right? Remember we talked about this. But if you don't know what it is, let me just a quick recap, because it is so important, and we don't mind if we repeat ourselves a few times, because it is crucial, this information. And so we hope that if you have heard it before, it's okay. You can see it here in a little different way. So we have the crown, the third eye, the throat, heart, power, right? This is the heart, creativity, and then root, right? Yeah. This is the speaking, seeing, and then receiving HI, pretty much. And so, and this receiving HI, this is where the knower comes into place. The knower is actually all of this, but it's sort of like your filtering system, right? And so, why do we start to talk about all of this? I feel like that was a little deviation from our part. We didn't have to go in here. Oh well. We got a bit excited here. We have... yeah, exactly. Because we were in the top knower part of this information, right? And we were working on developing that knower so that it reflects with the feeler, so that we can truly feel, and not just what we think we feel. There's a lot of things that we were still superimposing on our body, right? So there needs to be training. We had to go through training to truly anchor this. And it's always a dance. There's always going to be an ebb and flow. But we have now shifted into to truly feeling what is for us. And that's a big milestone, to get to pair that. To pair when you feel something with someone, to know what it means. But for that, you have to be inside of the body to figure that out. And there's a whole landing process for that, right? We are all undergoing that naturally. But you can deviate that process by erroneous thinking, which we did. And so there is some clarification to truly correct this energy so that you are truly inside. It's quite a thing. And when you are back inside, everything is just more. We feel more everything. All of the chakras we're feeling. So it's like it's like going from binoculars to X-ray vision, or like something like that. And it just takes a while to adjust to it. And these are, people call it abilities, intuition. These are natural states of the human body when you comprehend truth. This is what we need to get. We need to get that when you are embodying like this, we were just feeling there. We were feeling a little bit too pressure somehow. And we are adjusting. We are adjusting how we are based on what we're feeling. That's our gauge. The body is our gauge. How well we're doing. And so this life opens up for you when you start to follow what you want to do. It's a really holy thing. In connection, when you have harmonized your body, right? Like that integration, that has to happen. Because once that happens, then everything else starts to work the way that it's meant to. Your chakras start to work the way that they're meant to. They start to spin the way that they're meant to. This is literally how you go from having 2 strands of DNA to 13 strands or 12 strands of DNA, whatever that was. I can't remember. And that's in my consciousness, which the channeling uses my consciousness. So if I don't know the information, it's not gonna come through unless I have developed another way to receive that, right? And this is human energy. Intuition has to do with human energy. It's literally like a human light bulb being turned a little bit on and produces a little bit light. That's the dualistic perspective. And when you turn up the dimmer, it's like you're getting more light through the system. Our bones are like light emanating receptors. Like there is a similarity. We are like a walking sort of antenna connecting energies from the ether down to Gaia. That is what we are. And we have to learn, if we want to operate these bodies correctly, to anchor knowledge from higher intelligence. Because that is It's going to be needed in the coming times where we are heading into to develop these skills so that you know how your intuition works, so that you know all of these things, so that you get to download what you're here to do. You know, everyone has a mission here. We're all here to grow in consciousness. That is the first thing. And then once we have touched down into the holistic perspective and practice that, then your life truly starts. But this is the thing. We really want to get this across. You know with every fiber of your being that you're walking your path when you are aligned. And when you have corrected your energy enough. There is not a doubt. Because you've cleared out all of the doubt from your energy. You are just aligned with you. In connection with this stream of consciousness that is running very beautifully through every single person. But that stream needs to be managed. That energy needs to be managed by you. You are the gatekeeper. If you allow whatever, that's what's going to be in your reality. You are responsible for how you use your energy and what you use it for. We love you. You have wonderful times ahead of you. There are glorious times ahead. Magnificent, uplifting, joyful, wondrous. But are you done with the past? Are you done with that way of operating? Not just done with the past lover, done with the past this, but are you done with that whole thought system? That's what you're being asked. That's what this big shift is truly about. Are you done yet? Playing victim, pretending. All of the distortions, manipulation, getting one up on the other, pushing one down to get up over, all of that. All of that leads just to more karmic loops, more things that you have to learn before you can come to the holistic perspective. It's a very different way of operating. It's a very different way of operating your human body. As we hope that you can tell by now that there is some difference to this versus perhaps other things that you've heard. There is a practicality here that usually is missing. The inner workings. You have wonderful times ahead. Clarify. You have time to clarify your body. And there is a time when this healing stops, if you're still going through it. But it's not something that stops. That's not the correct perception about it. It's something that when you know how to manage and feel and respect your body and what's going on, that's when you maneuver the body towards its own alignment, towards its highest expansion of energy. That's what you're reading for. Go there. That feels really good. You know? These are very simple things. Follow what feels good. But if you have ways to think that you get caught in loops of things and then you end up in a swamp of just like, what did I do? This is a very practical way to get back. In that process, in that training process, there needs to be sort of like training wheels in your frequency elevation. And so we hope that this is guiding you and helping you to connect these two aspects and how you go about it. But it truly is, when you truly want to do this and not just know how to do it, that's a dedication. And you have, in order to truly anchor this light, there needs to be a dedication. And it's also interesting because without walking, you can't know if the path is for you as well, without imagining and sort of walking the path in one way. I'm not sure where we went with that. I feel like we were sort of coming to a close. Oh, what I felt like this was what was hanging. You have so much to look forward to in these coming times, because what is ahead is glorious when you know and you have corrected your energy and you truly are done with the dualistic perspective, that way of being, and you've truly transitioned and you are just following your compass. That's what's needed. You will be amazed at the magic that will happen in your life when you do. It is why we call the book A Course in Miracles. Because it is. But not because it is a miracle in the dualistic sense, like almost unreal, but because when you are aligned in the correct way through your body, you suddenly start to get how life is supposed to feel and function. But that transition can be a bit jarring. And we are all undergoing that to some degree. Many beings are still inside of the cocoon, not really knowing exactly up or down and how to get out of it. We hope that our channel will be a great support for you We're here to support this transition of everyone that is pretty much fed up with the dualistic perspective and wants to transition to the holistic perspective and not really sure exactly how to do that, or that you are stuck somewhere in the middle. That's what we're hoping that these will assist you with, because it's important for the beings that shift that you get the right compass and how everything works, right? So that you're walking the right path. Gaia will always guide you, but you can do it consciously, which we are assisting you with. You have so much to look forward to in these coming years when the holistic perspective gradually gets more and more integrated into being's perspective. This is how you manage these frequencies really well, and you don't have to wait and tag along with the collective. When the collective has shifted, you can do that, but most likely if you follow the collective right now, you are following the dualistic perspective. There is a choice that you have to follow your own passion here. That is sort of like the main pillar, and many beings, even in the dualistic perspective, has still sort of had that blindly walking with that, and they might have done really well for themselves. That is wonderful. And it's also good for that person to know how this works. We hope that we will be of great support for that person too. So thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button and subscribe and all of that. And we are not so good at saying those things, but we can definitely play along every now and then. And then we'll see where we end up. All right. Take care. Ciao.